You ever had that one nagging injury? You know the one, that clicking elbow, that aching knee that just will not go away? You rest it for a couple of days, it feels a little better, you get back to it, and then, bam, right back where you started. Well, today, we're going to dive deep into the science of why your tendons seem to take forever to heal and what you might be doing that's making it way, way worse. All right, let's kick things off with this classic gym bro mantra. We've all heard it, right? Heck, some of us have probably even said it. It's that whole mind over matter, no pain, no gain vibe, where you think you can just force your body to recover on your timeline because you've got goals to crush.
But here's the tough pill to swallow. That exact mindset, that's the fast track to turning a tiny little tweak into a chronic, year-long battle that has you wincing when you try to open a pickle jar. The real key is understanding what's actually going on underneath the skin.
So to fix the problem, we first have to understand the hardware. I mean, what even is a tendon, and what makes it so dang stubborn when it comes to healing? Let's get into the anatomy. Okay, so you hear these words thrown around together all the time. Tendons, ligaments, fascia, but they have totally different jobs. Ligaments, they connect bone to keep your joints stable. Fascia connects muscle to other muscles. But tendons are the main event when it comes to movement. They're the critical link connecting your muscles to your bones. The easiest way to picture it is like this. Tendons are the high-tension cables that pull on your skeleton. Your muscle contracts, it yanks on the tendon, and the tendon pulls the bone, creating movement. Simple as that. Every lift you do, every step you take, every single motion is thanks to these incredibly strong biological cables. And a tendon isn't just one solid thing. It's actually more like a giant rope made up of smaller ropes. As you can see here, the main tendon is made of bundles, which are made of even smaller bundles, which are made of even smaller bundles, all the way down to these microscopic little guys called collagen fibers. It's a seriously incredible design. And here is the secret to their incredible strength. In a healthy tendon, those millions of collagen fibers are packed in there super tight, and they're all aligned perfectly in parallel, just like a brand new steel cable. This super organized structure is exactly what allows them to handle insane amounts of force without snapping.
But they're not just stiff, boring cables. They also act like powerful springs. When you jump or run, your tendons actually stretch and store energy as you land, and then they release that energy to help propel you into your next step. It's a wildly efficient system. That is, until it breaks down.
So how in the world do these super strong, springy tissues actually get injured? Well, it all comes down to a really simple but brutal equation: the constant war between damage and repair in your body. Look, every time you train, you create teeny tiny micro tears in your tendons. That's a normal part of the process. With enough rest, your body patches them up, and the tendon actually gets a little stronger. The problem starts when you don't give it that chance, when the damage you're doing starts to outpace your body's ability to repair it. That's when those little micro tears start to add up. Now, I want you to look at this number. I want you to burn it into your brain, because it could completely change how you think about your training. 10. Okay, here's the kicker from the research. After about 10 minutes of heavy, continuous loading, think tons of reps of the same movement, your tendons basically stop listening. They stop getting the signal to adapt and get stronger. Any work you do after that 10-minute mark isn't building strength anymore. You're just piling on damage. So that hour-long tendon strengthening session, yeah, you probably stopped making progress and started hurting yourself after the first 10 minutes. Now, when you finally get that injury looked at, you're probably going to hear one of two words. Tendinitis, that's the fresh, new injury. It's acute. It means there's inflammation because your body is rushing all its repair crews to the site. But if you ignore that pain signal and keep training on it, it can turn into tendinopathy. That's the chronic, nagging state of disorganized damage that's so much harder to fix.
Okay, so we've established that pushing through the pain is a really bad idea. So, what's the actual solution? Well, the real path to healing is all about respecting one simple, powerful fact. Your biology does not care about your schedule.
This timeline right here really puts things in perspective. Just forget the 36-hour myth. It's not real. Sure, after a few days, the initial inflammation might go down and you might feel a little better, but for the tendon to fully remodel itself and get back to its original strength, we're talking a minimum of 6 weeks, and for a bad injury, it can easily be 6 months or more.
So what's the gold standard for actually rehabbing these things? It's something called eccentric exercises. Don't let the fancy name fool you. It just means focusing on the part of the exercise where the muscle is getting longer under a controlled load. So think about the part of a bicep curl where you're slowly lowering the weight, or slowly lowering your heel in a calf raise.
And this is exactly why it works so well. Look at this. On the left, in the before state, an injured tendon's fibers are a jumbled, disorganized mess. That slow, controlled load from eccentric exercises acts like a guide. It tells the new healing fibers exactly where to go, helping them lay down in that strong, parallel structure we want. You are literally rebuilding the tendon's architecture from the inside out.
Now, eccentrics are definitely the star of the show, but they need a good supporting cast. Just sitting on the couch and doing nothing is rarely the answer. Gentle movement, light stretching, and even some targeted massage all help to stimulate blood flow and encourage those new collagen fibers to line up properly. Fixing one injury is good, but you know what's way better? Preventing the next one. And that requires a fundamental shift in your philosophy, from just trying to go harder all the time to training smarter for the long haul.
Let's be honest with ourselves for a second. Tendon injuries almost never come out of nowhere. They are usually the direct result of one of these common mistakes: using sloppy form, skipping the basic regressions, trying to do cool advanced stuff way too soon, or just doing way too much volume. Sound familiar? So, the new philosophy is actually pretty simple. Number 1, respect your body's biological timeline. It is what it is. Number 2, prioritize perfect form over how much weight is on the bar every single time. And number 3, don't skip the boring foundational steps. They're what prepare your body for the hard stuff.
And please, I'm begging you, stop treating that clicking sound or that dull ache like it's a bill you don't want to open. Just ignoring it and hoping it magically disappears is not a strategy. If something feels consistently wrong, go see a professional. Get a real diagnosis from a doctor and get a proper rehab plan.
Let's just bring this all home. Your motivation is an incredible tool, but it cannot defy biology. Your tendon will not heal in 36 hours just because you really want it to. True strength is learning how to pair that amazing motivation with patience and intelligent training. So, I'll leave you with this one simple question to think about the next time you're tempted to push through that little twinge of pain. Ask yourself, are you training for your next event, your next competition, or are you training to be healthy, strong, and active for the next 30 years? Because the choice you make today absolutely determines that future.